The latest Terminator movie, Terminator GENISYS, opens in AMC Theatres on July 1st, 2015, but relatively little is still known about the project. In a recent interview, star of the film, Courtney, talked about the film and its potential rating. He said the following: "What I can say is that we start in a place we're familiar with from the early films, and then, circumstances change. It somewhat shifts the course of events from that point. It's not necessarily a sequel or a reboot. I don't even know how you brand it correctly. We're not remaking one of the earlier Terminator movies, and it doesn't necessarily carry on from the point where we left off. I would love to see it be rated R, but I don't think it will. I think in this day and age, it's much more likely to be PG-13. There were no F-bombs, but there'll be a healthy amount of movie violence." Alicia, does Courtney's comments clear things up for you at all?
No, not at all. I don't even know what that means. I mean, obviously, Jai's being very careful. He knows he's not allowed to say a lot, so he's choosing his words carefully. It just makes it more confusing. J.K. Simmons, who's also in the movie, said it's a reimagining, so it sounds like it'll be a spin-off trilogy from the original and some connection to it. I'm disappointed about the PG-13 rating, although it doesn't surprise me. I mean, these days you block out such a huge market of the movie-going audience if you go for R, but I miss those like gory, swear-filled action films of the 80s. I want that.
See, yeah, what Courtney was talking about, I have no idea. I'm actually a fan of Jai Courtney's, though there's a difference between being a fan of an actor and necessarily being a fan of all the films that he's in, because those are two different things. I'm very curious who it is here, but yeah, this to me was just didn't clear anything up whatsoever. I don't feel like I know one more thing about Terminator GENISYS right now than I did 5 minutes ago. About the rating, though, it's funny because I was watching the original Terminator and T2 a couple of weeks ago, and the person I was with said, take out some of the language. Today, these are PG-13 films. And they really are. I mean, the Terminator 2 is one of the great action films of all time.
Best sequel ever.
Take out the language, it's a PG-13 movie.
I saw them when I was young.
Yeah,
well under 18.
No, so did I. No, yeah, I was.
So I'm not sure. I'm not so sure the PG-R rating is really going to be an issue here. Anyway, you heard the comments he made. What do you take out of all this?
I mean, again, I agree with both of you. Like, who knows what any of these comments mean? Obviously, these guys are going to be very talking in puzzles and riddles, when they're asked about this until it comes out. I do think, from what I've heard, what I can kind of make sense out of what Jai was saying is that it's not a sequel, it's not a reboot. I think it's going to take place in the world of the universe of the films that we already know, and because there's so much time travel, from what I understand, there's going to be, so we're going to time travel.
So they're going to do a Star Trek. They're going to Star Trek.
Kind of,
or
we're time traveling.
Days of Future Past.
But we're time traveling back to the first Terminator.
Right.
And maybe something will change there, and then I think we're going to see a little bit of T2, and I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of time travel in and out of these things with different characters changing things. So that's kind of exciting and kind of cool. I actually am one of the fans of Terminator Salvation. I really liked that movie. Much more.
Oh, so you're the guy.
I am that guy. Much more than Rise of the Machines, I thought was terrible. So the fourth one more than the third one. But that one was completely just, no time travel at all, and we're just in the future story, which I thought was cool. So to kind of go back to what the first movie was and have this time traveling and go back to these different places that we're familiar from seeing 1, 2, and 3. That would be kind of cool. As far as the rating, I also agree with you guys. Like, PG-13 isn't what it was 20 years ago. I mean, PG-13 is basically what R was 20 years ago without, maybe a couple of F-bombs here and there.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. You almost have to do it for a movie of this size and to sell overseas, like you're talking about. So I don't really think PG-13 is going to hurt the film at all. Like, I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.